What's up, everyone? Today's day 26 of phase 3 of the Live Hard program. It's currently 7:48 p.m. I'm finishing up my day. I woke up this morning at 2:30. I got my first 45-minute workout done, which was working out with my dumbbells in my camper, doing push-ups and curls and side laterals and shoulder press and just tricep extensions and abs and just a big buffet of exercises. Mostly all upper body, though, I can say that for sure. I didn't do anything for my legs. And it's been basically the same workout the last few days since I had the dumbbells. Before that, I was doing just like push-ups and sit-ups and stuff like that. Doing like 15 to 20 push-ups every minute on the minute whenever I was doing push-ups consistently, or different like sit-ups in between. So it wasn't like every minute push-ups. It was probably 20 of the minutes we're doing push-ups like that, and then the rest doing ab workout and stuff like that. I'm still doing my ab workout aside from my workouts. I'm still doing my spending time on the Legionnaire app, learning about the Legionnaire program, getting more involved with excelling in that and becoming more beneficial to the program, and being able to know what to say to people to promote the products and say like why you need a certain thing, and not just say you should use my link and buy these products. You need a reason. That way you have an expectation of what you're getting and what to expect, as well as knowing that you're going to get this top quality stuff. So I've been involved with that since the beginning of phase 3. I've been doing these videos as well as listening to a podcast. After I did my first workout, I got ready for work and started my shift at 4:30. Worked all day till basically 5 p.m. Today was hot. Work wasn't as bad, like work-wise, it was fine. It was just hot. And let's see, today at work, this guy that I did not want to see pulled up. This doesn't count as my conversation, but this guy pulled up that I did not want to see, and it was actually somebody that I brought up to somebody else yesterday. So that was like weird. And anyways, somebody I did not want to see, I do not like. I worked for him before, with him before, and then for him, and did not want to see him. It was one of those things where I had to refrain from basically getting out and showing him how much I didn't like him or want him to be around me. But I ended up just telling him to leave, and he did that. So that, anyways, that was just weird how it's kind of like whenever you're talking about or thinking about somebody or talking about someone and then they text you. Well, it was worse because the person pulled up and he did me wrong. It wasn't like I was avoiding him. I had blocked him because I didn't want to talk to him, because it saves me from thinking about it or going out of my way to do something dumb that people do when people deserve something. And anyways, telling him to leave was, I guess, the best decision, because if I would have like knocked his teeth in, he would have probably told on me to this oil company I'm working for, and you know how that goes, probably wouldn't have a job. And so anyways, like I said, I refrained from doing anything. It would have been well deserved. I will just put it that way. I'm not just like out bullying people or anything like that. It would have been well deserved, but made it through the day. I did talk to somebody new, like I have been each day. His name was Chris as well. My name is Chris, if you didn't know. I was once again able to bring up the 75 Hard and the Live Hard program, which has been something I've been able to consistently do for 26 days in a row. Today I did donate to Will Be Inspired again for my random act of kindness. I'm trying not to do the same things consistently, so that's like the 4th time or 5th time I've done that over this past month. I'm gonna do something different the last few days though, so that way it's not, because that's like easy. But I'm about to go to sleep, and I didn't go anywhere as far as leaving this location that I'm at. I did my 45-minute outdoor workout right after work with a 45-pound backpack. I went 2.5 miles, and it's, like I said, almost 8 p.m. now. There's a little town close by, but I'm just making excuses. But it's like I said, 8. The stuff's closing. It was an act of kindness, like I said. I just don't. You can do whatever you want. You can count opening the door for somebody as a random act of kindness if you want. I'm just trying to make it more difficult. This is why I'm talking about it so much and like second guessing what I'm doing. and discussing it like I'm not even doing a good job, but it's just one of those things that you like see it. I'm still doing that. I've been doing a good job. I've been consistent for the 26 days, doing each thing that needs to be done. And before that, I was only off phase 2 for about 20 days. So that was 30 other days that I was consistent. And even in between those 20, I think I only like ate bad maybe 3 of those days. One of them was the day before I started phase 3, just because I was in Vegas and they gave me $300 in food and beverage credit at the resort I was at. So I was just wasting it on like donuts and cheesecakes and stuff like that. So anyways, yeah, I've been consistent and trying to carry that momentum into the rest of my life. This is not the end, even though there's 3 days left. It's just, I guess it's a constant thing. Even though you know you're doing the right thing, you know you're doing a good job, you're still gonna think that you should be doing it better. If that makes any sense. You would understand when you're doing the program, that's for sure. If you're on day 26 and you're watching this today and you're on phase 3, you know what I'm talking about. That's for sure. I don't have to explain it to you. You know. If you're just watching this randomly, which if you are, that's pretty cool. Try to say that some things that are inspiring. I know people seeing me do my workouts daily. I post on my Instagram. It's Hibbs940, Hibbs 940. People message me almost daily saying that I'm doing a good job, or that's very disciplined, those things that I'm doing. In other words, in their own words, like basically that they're coming out and telling me this. Imagine the people that aren't even saying anything and they're seeing me do this. And that's the main reason I did these videos, to talk about what I'm doing, because I can show you that you do have time. Most people always say they don't have time to do this, and I'm showing that you can have all this stuff that you're doing throughout the day. And there's been all of my other videos. By the time I'm done on Tuesday, that will be 165 days worth of videos where I talked about how I did my whole day along with all the tasks and how I did it and what was involved in between accomplishing those tasks for the day. Sometimes I was 12-hour shifts and 7-hour drives, and then 2 hours of sleep, and then another shift of 12 hours, and then still the workouts and everything outside of work. I tried to do I probably did all but 5 of my outdoor workouts outside of being at work. There's probably 5 days where I had like a 7-hour drive and I just did my ruck while I was on the clock, basically. Out of 165 days, that's pretty limited. And I did that on purpose, like I said, to make it more difficult on myself, but to also show, yeah, you can find time. If you have to do it during your lunch break, if you're not able to do it during your work day, if you can do it on your lunch break, or if you get a break, or you have to wake up earlier and then go back to sleep and then wake up again and do your other workout after work, or whatever you got to do, you can figure it out if it's important to you. That's with anything. If it's important to you, you'll make the time. And like I said, people are always talking about how much time they don't have and they can't do it because they don't have time. And somehow I'm managing. It's rough. I can tell you that. It sucks if you're following along. You know what I do constantly. For phase 3, I will have worked like 27 of the 30 days, 12-hour shifts, and some of those I drove 7 hours, and some of them I drove a few other hours to and from work, but still got the tasks done. Some days I was waking up at midnight to start my day and going to sleep at 9 p.m. and waking back up at midnight. It's just what can I say? I was making it happen, and I'm showing people that they can do it also. I don't have anything in me. I'm so tired a lot of the time, I'm not even like kidding. Not even kidding. It's rough, it sucks, but what is the cost of what you want out of life? It's gonna be hard, it's gonna take a long time. You have to discipline yourself and create mental toughness and grit and perseverance and all the things that encompass being somebody that does what they say they're going to do. And that's one of the main things that I try to get people to believe in me, is that I'm going to be the person that does what I say I'm going to do. They don't have to, when they look at me, I want them to think they can trust me, and they know that, like I said, he's going to do what he's talking about. You don't even have to question it. It's even if that's somebody at work or if that's Mackenzie, my daughter. So it's just very important to me because it's not important to most people. Most people will tell you in themselves all these things that they're going to do, and they consistently do not do them. And that's one of the things I pick out. And I see people doing that so much that I don't want to be like that. It's the same thing with like being on your cell phone all the time. I can say that I'm on it at work a lot because of what I'm doing, and which is nothing. And I need to focus the time that I'm on it to something that's beneficial. But a lot of times we are off work and not doing anything but sitting on the couch, or a lot of people drive. That's one thing I don't do, is drive and stare at my phone. But people are just constantly on it. They'll get out of their car after driving and staring at it to walk into the gas station to pay for gas or whatever, buy a drink, while staring at their phone. Go back to their car, fill up gas, stare on the phone, get back in their car, stare at the phone, drive. And it's whenever you start looking at people doing it like that, and they're just the way everything is, you see how addictive it is. And once you recognize that, it kind of grosses you out, like cigarettes and stuff like that. How people used to think it was cool, and now when you look at that or you smell it or something, you're like, you're still doing that? That's what social media needs to turn into, or cell phones needs to turn into. Oh, you're still using your phone? I don't know. It was something that I talked about with Andy on my podcast of 75 Hard Verses, which is in the description. You can look that up if you want to check that out. You can learn more about me. I will say I was nervous whenever I was on that, like I am in some of these videos, but it's pretty good because Andy made it good. And if you don't know about the 75 Hard and Live Hard program, you can go to the description box as well. Episode 208 is linked. You can learn all about 75 Hard and Live Hard and get started tomorrow. All you need to do is pick out a book and a diet to follow. And I guess go to the grocery store, whatever you gotta do. Get your water ready. The only thing you're gonna regret is not doing it sooner. Anybody that's done it knows what I'm talking about. If you're on phase 3 right now and you're on day 26 and you're watching this to see how I feel, you know how you feel. You feel accomplished. You feel like you can finish, but you also feel tired. You also feel like you don't even, like right now, I wish it was the last day. I'm just worn out like that. But at the same time, I also would keep going if it was 10 more days, or if I started 75 Hard again, right over to start my new year of Live Hard. That's a possibility. What if I just did that? Since I'm feeling like I don't want to do any more days, that can be the punishment for thinking like that. I don't know yet. Maybe. I do want to do a cookie review because that's what started this channel. Mackenzie and I are doing cookie reviews and different reviews. So I would like to do one of those at least in between finishing phase 3 and starting 75 Hard back for the next year of Live Hard, because this is a constant thing. It's never ending. You're going to be doing this forever, especially if you're on phase 3 right now and you're watching this day 26. You know what I'm talking about. This is not the end. You're going to be doing this each year. This is something that if you want to get where you're going, get where you think about going, you got to do it. You just got to correct that behavior that has plagued your life for however many years. For me, it was like 35 years where I had this way, and I had to break that. So anyways, rambling now, and I'm tired. So it's 8:02 right now. I'm about to go to sleep. I gotta read, and that's it. I'll be back tomorrow for day 27. Peace.